Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making a card using some goodies from Tailored Expressions, including the Rainbow Waves background, the Dreamer stamps and die set, very cute, and the Shenanigans sentiment set. This is for the Scrap and Stamp Canada monthly blog hop, which is Snarky New Year, and this set is perfect. It has the greatest sentiments in it. I'm showing you this this masking stencil. These are awesome from Tailored Expressions. I am not using this because I want to make my own with a heart cutout instead. So I found this masking or stencil film on Amazon. It's thinner than your normal stencil, but it works pretty good. I'm using this die set from Hero Arts because I want a window frame in my stencil rather than the oval. So I have my stamp loaded up in my MISTI. The piece of paper is just taped down lightly in there. I'm going to treat my paper with an anti-static powder, and this is just regular 110-pound cardstock. Use Versamark to stamp the image, and I did stamp it twice. I'm going to add some white heat embossing powder over the entire thing, knock off the excess, and then I will heat set it. The end game here is to do some embossed resist ink blending through the little heart aperture in this stencil. And I seen this on the MFT Stamps channel by Stephanie Clock, and sorry if I butchered the name, and I really wanted to try this myself. So I am going to trim down this stencil sheet, and you will see that I trimmed it wrong, the wrong measurements, but in the end it worked out fine. And so I chose a mid-sized heart die just so it would coordinate with the size of one of those little unicorn. They're not unicorn, they're little fluffy animals. I don't know what they are. So it was a good size to fit one of those little critters. So it did cut really cleanly, well, fairly cleanly. There was a little bit of stragglers there that peeled off really, really easy. So once I had everything cleaned away, it was good to go. And bonus, you do get the negative and positive, so you can save that little inner heart for another project, which I plan to do. So I'm just lining that stencil up to the top left corner of the card front there and getting out my Ranger silicone mat. This is just for the glass mat, but I don't have a glass mat. I just bought that silicone sheet because it was like the perfect size. So I took a bunch of distress ink colors in rainbow colors, obviously, and that was picked raspberry, spiced marmalade, mustard seed, twisted citron, peacock feathers, and seedless preserves. And I do kind of go back and forth and blend the colors together once I'm done. I also added a little bit more of the purple on the left side of the heart. I just thought it would kind of look nice. And now the big reveal. Ta-da! Oh, you guys, it turned out so great. I'm so happy with the results of this. So to remove the ink from the Homemade Stencil, it cleaned up really well. And this is something that is very reusable for numerous times. I buffed off some of the ink that was sitting on top of the white heat embossing just with a paper towel, kind of clean things up there. And then it was ready to stamp my little image. I'm sorry, I really should have did research. Is it a Pegasus maybe? I don't know. But I grabbed a bunch of Copic markers. I'm not really going to show you the coloring kind of in stages. There's the body in gray, little rainbow mane and tail, yellow star, you know. So I took the coordinating die and cut him out, him or her, and then it was time to stamp a sentiment. So I stamped it on the same cardstock as that card front because the whites had to match. And I decided it would look best if I actually trimmed down the sentiment into strips. And then I decided that, do I like the white on there? Maybe the white gets kind of lost. So I decided to grab a piece of black cardstock and decided to white heat emboss the same sentiment, trim them down into the same strips, and I like that much better. So I did trim down the card front, adhered it to a gray card base, foam mounted my little Pegasus. Oh, I really wish I knew what that was called. And then I did add foam strips or tiny pieces of foam to the sentiment strips and adhered them down. And I made sure that they weren't adhered straight. I wanted them a little bit crooked and off kilter. So cute. So I did die cut 3 of the smallest hearts from that die set and used some of the same distress ink colors, the blue, the pink, and the yellow, and just added them around my card. And of course, no card is complete without some sparkle and shine, especially on a card like this. And so I added some Nuvo sparkle pen and some Nuvo crystal glaze. Sorry, that's the tonic sparkle pen. And that's the finished card. So I just love the sentiment. I can't believe how much I'm not sick of you. I think it's perfect. Thank you very much for stopping by. Please check out the Scrap and Stamp blog for all the details. Bye.